How's it going, guys? And thank you so much for tuning in. Today, we're taking a look at the SH Figuarts Broly from Dragon Ball Super. Let's jump into it. And here we have our Dragon Ball Super version of Broly. He has the armor on as he first appears in the film before going full power or legendary mode, and he just loses all of that. And this is a very nice iteration of the character, and I'm a big fan of the way they went ahead and just sculpted this all together. So getting into it, our guy can't really look up. It's impeded by his hair, impeded by the neck area between the muscles and the armor right here, so that is unfortunate. He can look down significantly, which is a plus, and all the rest of the head rotation is there. So again, kind of sucks he can't really look up, but at least he's able to execute some other poses. Arms can go all the way up with no problem, and look at this. It is the way they did these shoulder guards. So getting a closer look right here, butterfly joint is exceptional, and the backside, as you can see, the shoulder guards are pretty much done with a ball peg, so into the shoulder butterfly joint area, then connecting to the backside of the actual shoulder armor piece right here. Nothing on the front, and that allows you to kind of maneuver it in a way that hides and doesn't break the sculpt. So as you can see, you can move it around that way. It lines up with the black portion of the armor itself, and same with the backside right here. When you move the whole joint, it's all black and moves well. It doesn't break the sculpt, and it doesn't impede the articulation as mentioned. So the way they did this is so sick, and I hope they continue to use this in future releases of armored characters. So again, T-pose, no problem. He has a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and hands are on ball pegs. Very nicely done scarring and paintwork inside the scars. He will have a ball peg right here at the upper portion of the chest and one at the waist. That way he is able to get all of that nice posing done, including leaning backwards, crouching forwards. The skirt is a nice soft rubbery type plastic, so this allows the character to kick no problem. So he can kick forwards as well as backwards. He will have a thigh cut right there, as well as double jointed knees, ankle rocker, and toe hinge. The boots I'm a fan of. They are big enough that allow the character to stand on his own and support his overall weight in comparison to the Dragon Ball Z version of Broly, which again, the sculpt on that guy looks fantastic, but the feet are quite tiny, so he tends to fall over. And at this point, since he is old, he tends to do like splitsies. This guy, I feel, is well proportioned and is able to do everything a-okay. So in regards to accessories, this guy actually comes with 3 separate head sculpts, and I find that interesting that they went ahead and included 3 separate head sculpts instead of just doing face plates to line up with a single one and just do a later release for another version of the figure. So out of the package, you're gonna get number 1, the Berserker type head sculpt. So he's got the black hair, all crazy, as if he's about to transform. Very nicely done. Paintwork inside the mouth, the scarring. Pupils are that yellowish tint. So that's head sculpt number 1. In the package, you'll find his base form, if you will, before he even thinks about fighting. He's just mellow, chill, hair is down. And lastly, the Super Saiyan hair sculpt with the gritted teeth. And this just looks dope. Again, very interesting that they went ahead and included 3 different hair sculpts instead of faceplates to correspond. I do know that later down the line, they essentially redo this guy as an event exclusive with the Super Saiyan hair sculpt and faceplates to match it up. But as an initial release for them to do it this way, again, Very interesting. He also comes with the collar that suppresses his power. You're able to just pop off the head sculpt, slip that in there, pop it back on, easy peasy. And when it comes to the rest of the accessories, it's just hands. So, number one, fisted hands out of the package, of course. Number two, relaxed style open splayed hands right here. And number three, grabby hands. So, quite a bit of stuff. Size comparison, we're gonna go ahead and send them up to some bigger characters to start. So we'll bring in our Piccolo and our Super Buu right here. There we go. I think it makes sense. They all look very nice together. Let's move Piccolo out of the way. We'll bring in our Super Saiyan Blue Goku from the same movie. And we'll move Super Buu out of the way and bring in a smaller character, being Krillin. Oh. I do think that this character is phenomenal. Scaling works just great, and I do hope that maybe down the line we'll get another release of him, just a little bit different. But with that, let's wrap up the video. So I gotta say, I'm a huge fan of this version of Broly, and Tamashii Nations did an exceptional job with this figure. He's got a very nice flexible skirt piece. The shoulder guards are also very flexible, move out of the way, hide what it needs to hide, and shows what it needs to show. And he's got, 3 head sculpts. That's pretty fantastic in my opinion. 3 different head sculpts, no interchangeable faceplates among them, which is kind of where I say they should have just made this one figure itself, like this version of him like powering up with the black hair, and just included faceplates for this version, then gone ahead and done a Super Saiyan version, which in a sense is what they did with the event exclusive counterpart to this guy, where it was that pearlescent coating and it was just him with the Super Saiyan hair and faceplates for that particular head sculpt, and that was it. I think they should have just done that from the very beginning with this guy and, made a separate version for the Super Saiyan counterpart. But nonetheless, this is still a dope figure, and maybe they'll go ahead and do that in the future. So with that, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment down below. You can check out my Instagram at GojiBoy93. We're going to find photos of this guy as well as many other figures in my collection. And if you found this video informative, please consider subscribing. Take care, guys.